It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the 49ers, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis and Chuck. Point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play, picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
On first down, Mahomes. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now here's Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco readying for their first drive of the game on offense. And in his 9th season in the league, 6 with the 49ers, it's Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 11 carries, 53 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The Niners sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but that's caught at the 25. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal. McCaffrey will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey, and he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuffed behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be...
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Fortson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. throwing again on second down. Mahomes finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They lead things here as they start 1st and 10, trying to get rid of that bad taste in their mouth from the loss last week to the Atlanta Falcons. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Well, kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and
in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands. And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Chris Jones is one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL, and I think he's at his best when he plays defensive tackle. Consistently gets to the quarterback, 9 sacks in 2021.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Garoppolo. And he'll find McLeod on the right side, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And again, it's Mahomes. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Mahomes now to throw. That's caught at the 3. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Mahomes. Flushed out right. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open on the left side. And oh, he coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mike Burton His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
49ers 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Pass is tipped, but he's still able to bring it in. Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. 2nd down and 4. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And the defense closes quickly there. We'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Chiefs.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over.
Yeah,
I mean...
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So after that sequence, if we're watching both teams' defenses, didn't it feel like a revolving door? One's on, they think they're off for a while. The other has to come on, they think they're on for a while. Then they're off, here comes the other one. Just kept turning the ball over. They've got to cut that out.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but, boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. George Karlaftis in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety.
The sack occurred in the end zone. The result of the
Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy, but time's starting to become a factor.
This is taken at the 15. And now here comes Kansas City. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. 44 yards on the ground for him so far. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On first down, Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Mahomes now on first down. Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster. And they move this all the way down to the 9. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Brandon, that was a nice route that time. Lined him up on the right and worked his way all the way across the formation. One of the toughest routes to cover because you keep waiting for the ball to be thrown and for him to break something off. He goes all the way across the field, right to left, for a big play.
Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now a conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes this a 9-point game. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Now Mahomes on the slant. He's got Hardman. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Complete to Nicole Hardman. A gain of 19 yards. And the first down of the Chiefs.
Now a toss left side for Edwards. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Back to throw. This is caught. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. One more time with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Garoppolo's throw complete here to Ayuk. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's got Ayuk once again. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Chiefs, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.